Hey everyone, it's us, your lovely, pretty much undateable people. It's me, Vince, and Josh. We're back again another week for another recap and exit interview of Survivor Canberra episode, um, episode 7,
I think
6,
five.
5.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I think five.
it's a season. It's the last episode of the pre-merge. So we're gonna sit down and talk about that episode in detail. How are you, Josh?
I am good. I have the guns out today. I'm feeling good. Um, yeah, this episode, I think this is a part in the game where you've got to look at potential merge threats.
Yeah.
And especially being like at 11, 10, sort of 12, that sort of area. That's the area you need to be like, you're going to be a threat later down the track. We need to chop you now, and not worry about the tribe so much.
Yeah, that is true. What do you? So we've finally seen the red tri go to tribal, but before we start, we have a little scene from after Rosemary being voted out, and Keegan, that little, is it New Blue tribe?
Yeah.
So what do you think about well, obviously they did survive that tribe. What do you think
Yeah.
about the dynamics in that new tribe, in the new going to merge?
Well, obviously Jeremy's on the outs. He's by himself. So it's 4v1 in that aspect. However, Brad will be happy because they voted out another woman. But yeah, no. I'm just finding it, I don't know. I don't want to say misogynistic, but there's so many women going out and I hate it so much. Um, it's just, yeah, I don't know. I just don't understand why nobody targeted Keegan.
Well,
And
they couldn't.
I
I
just
think
don't
they
get it.
wanted to.
No, they could have. They had numbers. Like, are we looking at like Charlene, Brendan, and Ben not pulling the pin? Like, that's the three I'm looking at right now, thinking, what are you guys doing in that
I
aspect?
think
Because like, regardless, like they then have the numbers for the next vote as well. So like, if they were to go back, so yeah, I'm very, very, very high Mel. I'm very, very, very confused on why you wouldn't target him right now.
I think they are going. I feel like they are going to pull the plug next one, but I'm not too sure. It wasn't really that explained that well. But like, because we haven't had confessions when Charlene and Harpo sort of explore that kind of that choice. We did see
Yeah.
Ben sort of want to target him, but then he did, and then he just flipped back, and I don't know what he's thinking now. So,
Hmm.
and then showing the
Well,
clue, like, what's going on? What are you guys doing?
well, even Keegan was able to get like Rosemary and Jeremy to vote for Ben, and was able to even have like that influence as well. Like,
Mhm.
it could be Keegan. It could be.
Yeah, it could be.
It could be. But no, I'm just trying to think. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, if you're at that particular spot in the game where you have numbers, you have a huge merge threat in your alliance. I don't know. That's where I strike there. I don't know. That's just me.
But but I feel like
But
Rosemary is
also, like,
also,
these these games are super fast paced as well.
yeah.
So like they don't have like a week to study the episode like we do. Um, so like obviously there's a lot of other factors that go towards it. I just think I don't know. I just can't see the three of them winning now. Like I think they've just blown their chance
Oh, actually,
between
I beg to
Ben,
differ.
Charlene, and Brendan. Oh, okay.
But I do think that if Ashley was actually in with Keegan, I think Keegan would have gone last episode. It's actually really good that Keegan ended up with Harpo and Charlene.
Yeah.
So he's nested in that really, and Ben as well. So he's kind of well protected because I feel like Ashley is going to flip regardless which tribe she's going to go to.
Oh
Apart
yeah.
from if she's stuck with Isaac and Charlene, then I don't think she would do that. But if anyone besides those two people, she's going to flip.
Oh, we know Ashley in person, right? So like we know what type of player she's like, and we know she'll flip at any chance she can get because if it makes sense, it makes sense. Aston brings up a good point about not going for Keegan. And a potential shield at the merge. Like, I think yeah, I still don't think it's good because like if you're looking at like a player like Brendan or a player like Charlene, they're not going to be targeted because they're a threat.
Mm.
They're going to be targeted because they may be an extra number that gets to the end, right? Looking at how the game's progressing and stuff like that. So having giving yourself a shield is there's no reason to do that. I think having um, I think having the option of taking out a threat is probably bigger for your game, and it doesn't give you that like perceived sort of like you're just under the radar playing and you don't have actually like a threat level.
Yep, Charlene did
Myself.
say, so she said the rose seems as much as a threat to her, having never been a part of the community and better than me, you know, than when you don't. Yes, unfortunately, it is what these kind of games
Yeah,
typically just result. It's just sometimes I don't like the trope stuff because you don't have that time to build connection, and then just based on first
yeah.
impression, it's really hard. And yeah, I do understand. And
I beg to differ with tribe swaps. I think tribe swaps are like a necessity at some stage because otherwise you'll get a pagonging um of like essentially just one sort of tribe, like one like alliance and a tribe going on.
No, well, I
Yeah,
think we kind of explored that in one of the trials, and it's not as clear cut as you think because the Pagolian didn't happen. Because sorry, I think he dropped out. Anyway, so yeah. So now that he's gone, I want to say my point is that the tribe swap sometimes doesn't give, especially for a short game, doesn't really give you a good chance to play because then you're limited to your information you had. So like what Charlene did is, you know these people for a few hours, or you want to trust this person you just met. So it's a no-brainer. You're obviously going to work with people you already been in the morning. So I don't think that argument is kind of valid, like the going, because that's what's going to happen now is what they did anyway. So Josh is back.
sorry,
And
I don't know what happened. My computer just went pew.
fine. I have a whole section of time to dedicate how much I don't like try stuff in these kind of short games, so it's all good.
Fair, fair.
Then Ash said Rose will be the massive threat anyway. It is true. I feel like Rose is also another threat. So I think both of them are equally the same level. Just one is kind of win charges, and one is more like socially more. I'm not saying. I mean, just like if you weigh both of them together, they kind of equal
Yeah,
to me.
I mean, like imagine playing for yourself and not the viewers. Like that's so annoying of them. But yeah. Anyway, I think we should talk about the episode instead of the kick and vote. I think we
Oh no,
should
we
skip
are.
away from
We
that.
just then we
Yeah,
stopped with the blue. Now we're not talking about Keegan and all that thing. Now I
yeah.
think we're going straight to challenge, isn't it? Are we?
Yeah, we sort of go straight. Oh, there's a bit of chalk at the Red Tribe about Ash and Dom had like a bit of a chat. This
I
was
think that's
before we went
after.
to the challenge. Nah, it was
Is it?
before.
Okay.
Yeah, it was before. It was
Okay. All
before
right.
the challenge, and they were talking about Ash potentially flipping and going across to Blue on her tribe. What's your thoughts with the potential flip?
I think
Like
Dom's
giving
approach.
like putting it out in the universe before the challenge. To
No,
me, I
because
don't.
I think Dom already knows she Ash what kind of player Ash is, and I think he used that to his advantage. So really good job on that, Dom reaching out to Ash because if you because I don't think if Carlene is more like the red, and then and Isaac's probably not as a game savvy as we think. So the only options left are actually Ash and to be honest, no one wants to go to the rocks. So someone has to reach out and someone has to pull someone over. And Dom reach out, they identify the right person. I think Brett as well identify her. Maybe they approached to both of them, all three of them, and they only show bits that Ash because that's
Yeah,
more
and
relevant.
yeah, as far as I remember, I'm pretty sure I only see like an Ash and Dom
No,
flip.
there is Ash and
Um,
Brett. I think that's why I got
there is
confused when
Ash
you
and Red as well.
because that Ash and Brett happened, and then Dom, it's like after the vote, and then he just like I'm the
Oh, yeah,
anarchist
okay,
and
yeah, yeah,
blah
yeah,
blah. I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Dom,
I
I
remember.
haven't seen that from you.
Who do we think though? Who do we think's move this is? Do we feel like it's a Brad move, or do you feel like it's just a move by both players? Because
I
like,
think it's a, I think it's the move to have to be done by the three original
by the
blue.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
of course,
you
yeah,
have to. It's
they
kind of
ha-
it's no brainer.
yeah,
So
they have to look at the most potential person to flip, and clearly you've got Carleen that would be tight with Keegan. That you could see that just due to challenges even. You've got Alex who was on the out. To be honest, I think I sort of like if I don't know Ash because I know Ash in person, but if I didn't know her, I'd probably look at Alex as a potential person. No, sorry, Alex was on the blue. I'm getting confused. You've got Isaac, Carleen, and Ash from the red.
yes,
I'm
yeah,
confusing myself. Yeah, okay, so Ash is probably the correct person to
yeah.
look at dragging across. So, um, yeah, I feel like that's a good move by Brad by going out there and even like offering that option. Like obviously, Ash has to do it. If Ash doesn't do
But
it, then like there's no move at all. But like
I'm gonna,
even going out to ask for that to happen, like especially when they've just like joined the tribe and they haven't had much bonding time and stuff like that. It means he can read people quite well.
but I don't feel like Ash has been trying. I think Ash coming into that swap, she wants to flip. She has. I don't think she has offer like the blue like what you guys like. So if I vote this person out, what are you going to trade me for? Like who's going to go
Yeah,
next in your it has to be. I don't know. Like has she tried really hard to? I don't think she wants to protect her alliance anyway. That's no alliance to be honest. But
to be honest with you
I
though,
think she
like
just might want to get out of it.
Ash, Isaac, and Carleen have been to one tribal where they were voting out a certain person that wanted to go home. That's the only tribal they've been to, so they've had like a very smooth run up until this point. And I'm assuming somebody like Ash just got antsy and was just like, I want to do something, you know?
Yeah, you can tell she's like had this wrestler Lex syndrome. She's like, fuck. I'm sorry. She's like, I want to do something. Like I've been holding her. Like I'm stuck in a stupid tribe. I had to do yoga, and then I didn't go to the. And then that's it. And then this is my second time going to the tribal to actually vote people
Yeah.
off.
Yeah, and it actually there was strategy chat probably like after 8 hours of gameplay.
Yeah.
And she was probably thriving for it, to be honest. Very lucky to actually not to make the merge without having to pretty much go to tribal. So
Yeah, that is true.
that's pretty lucky. All right,
Do you want to
like
go
we
to the
talk about
challenge?
kicking balloons.
Yeah, I don't like the balloons. I
This
would
gives
like
me
it to
major
be a
like
ball,
this
a
gives me
soccer
major
ball.
like yeah, it gives me major like kids party vibes, and I was sort of digging it to be honest. I sort of felt like kicking balloons with people. I sort of want to try it for like our next podcast. Um, it sounds interesting,
You
really
should have
fun.
told me we can set it up something. But I do because it's a rain and it can obviously you can see that a lot of raining. So I think
Yeah,
if it's not raining, I would prefer it to be a bit longer distance. So because I don't think it really matters with
I
the
mean, they all
ball.
stuck to kicking a balloon. I'm not gonna lie. They, besides Ash,
It's really hard when
Ash
it's
kicked it
wet.
in. Ash kicked it twice and then kicked it over the line, which was like pretty good. And then everyone else just struggled. Like Brendan popped his balloon. Um,
Yeah.
it was pretty. It was pretty bad. Not gonna lie.
And then they should get a penalty for popping the balloon, though. I feel like,
I know.
because
I feel like that.
yeah,
Yeah, like
yeah,
because it like went on the ground. There should be like a 10-second wait penalty or something like that,
yeah,
or
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
um, this puzzle challenge actually looks like ridiculously hard.
yeah.
It doesn't look
I
fun.
would never stop it.
It
So
doesn't look fun.
it's not. And then you see Alex and versus Keegan. I think at one point they were really close. And then because we've already seen how the puzzle looks like, I was like, no, Keegan, put it in the middle. The big cross thing, I think.
Are we thinking they're close, or like to be honest, you could have like every piece in besides one and think, oh, I'm so close, but you could be
Yeah, because
completely off.
yeah, you can completely off. Yes, it's true. It's really hard, and I really love this puzzle. I haven't I haven't seen a lot of fan-made Survivor. Haven't seen this puzzle before, so it's really refreshing. I really love it. It's yeah, it's. I'm not a puzzle fan, but I really liked it. Something
Yeah,
new.
no, I want to see this on the actual Survivor, but obviously like scaled
Bigger,
greatly. Like,
like a
yeah,
two-person thing.
like massive.
Yeah.
Yeah, like remember when they had to like blindfold themselves and run out and get these big blocks? Like, I want to see
Mhm.
people blindfold themselves and run into big blocks and put them in this puzzle. It actually looked really good. I really enjoyed it. Keegan showing off his prowess won this. To be honest, as much as he said he threw the throwing challenge, why did he throw this? Like
No, because
to
Carly
give
didn't ask her. Carly didn't ask
no.
him.
I mean, Carleen didn't ask him, but like at this point, like, why does Carleen ask for the first time for not the
Yeah,
second?
that is true.
Complete.
Keegan, if
It
you're,
makes
I
it
know
makes
you're
no
watching.
sense to me.
Keegan, I know you're watching this. Can you comment? So I think the throwing's actually. I think he wasn't throwing the last one.
No, he was throwing bags just badly. Um, we'll
Yeah,
have
the
a
guy.
throwing more one.
I think food. What do you mean food?
There was a food reward. I'm pretty sure.
Uh
I'm
from
pretty sure there was a food reward attached to it. Yeah,
last one or this one?
yeah, for the last one, I believe.
Oh, okay.
I think
I think we should cut giving them food. To be honest, like don't feed them.
I know. Don't feed the players. Like players don't
Yeah,
need food.
it's only
Yeah,
a day. They didn't get. They
yeah.
cannot eat for a day.
I go through a whole workday without food sometimes. You know, like what's the difference? I
Starve
mean,
them.
yes.
Charlene, you signed up for the wrong show. You're meant to
Yeah.
starve.
All right. I just don't understand why Keegan didn't throw this one as well. Like maybe he should have done it so then when he gets to merge, he has like a lower threat level.
Well, maybe they would target him. You never know. So I just don't
I
buy
don't
in the
know.
whole throwing challenges.
I just don't
don't
see.
like
I don't see Brendan and Charlene flipping on Keegan.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't see it.
Okay,
To be fair, I just
so
don't see it.
so Keegan said so after they got back to the camp,
Oh,
Jeremy threw him under the bus, and then Ben wasn't too happy. The vibe I was getting that my child wanting me to move soon. Okay,
okay, okay.
yeah,
So maybe don't throw.
maybe that's why he didn't throw, but it's also a
Yeah,
good
maybe.
choice.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think he could have probably gone if Ben
I'm
wasn't too
glad
happy.
though we got to see. I'm glad we got to see more of Red go to tribal.
Yeah,
And get
because
to
the
see like his.
3-3 is more. Thank you, Keegan. Thank you for not throwing. But also,
So
Ben wasn't too happy. I was like, dude, you should have voted for him last time, Ben. I'm sorry, I just want to go back to him. And I was like, what's the point? Anyway, let's move on. And then Keegan won the puzzles, and so blue stand, we move on to the red, and then we have a massive scramble. So
yeah, so going into this tribal, there's 2 lots of 3. From 3 from old blue, 3 from old red. Blue has been to a lot of tribals, so Brad, Alex, and Dom are sort of experienced in what will happen in the scramble, where you've got players like Isaac, Carleen, and Ash that aren't so experienced in this game. Like Ash has played before, Carleen is a super fan. So you've got Isaac, who really this is his first time sort of scrambling, and I low-key wanted to see him vote Ash again.
yeah, out
Been
of just,
hilarious.
for fun. Can I
Yeah,
just
yeah,
also say something regarding the
yeah.
OG Blue in this tribe? Because I feel like they're kind of not in the same page. Because you got Brad's alliances, Jeremy and Rose. They're all in it, gone or in the other tribe. And then Alex, I mean, kind of soloing, I guess, like, you know. And then
Yeah.
Dom was on the wrong side of the boat last time. So it's kind of a mixed match sort of
I
OG
think
alliance. I'm
I,
glad
th-
no one
I think
no one freaked out and changed.
I
Flip.
think that like Dom will side with Brad wherever Brad goes now. I get that feeling. Um, that Dom and Brad will vote together from now on. Only due to the fact that Brad obviously would have had time to speak to Dom about the Aston vote, because we spoke to Aston um, a while ago, and like Dom was Aston's, you know what I mean? Like, so then Dom's gonna obviously have to find another way in, and I think that's with Brad and crew. Um,
Well, Dom could have easily flipped to the red and vote out, Brad.
yeah, well, that's the thing too. I just don't. I don't know. I just don't see that. I don't see Dom doing that. Dom seems like a loyal guy that he won't flip, and Alex as well. Like Alex doesn't know Survivor at all. Like, yeah. So Alex doesn't know Survivor that much, right? And she doesn't understand like consequences when you don't like win rocks and all that crap, right? Um, so her sticking with the original blue was I thought was rare. I didn't expect it. Um, but then like I also didn't expect her to flip. So like I don't know where I expected her to sit, to be honest. Her vote was the only vote going into that tribal council where I'm like, I don't know where she's voting.
Yeah, because I think Carlene was doing a bit of like, I think they're trying to organize a vote that like they're telling one person to vote the other person. Like,
Yeah,
I can't remember the whole exact. Like, my memory is a bit fuzzy, but I think they're throwing two names out. So they told Alex or Brett about the other name. I think they told Brett about
yeah,
voting Alex, and then they told Alex to vote someone else, Brett,
yeah,
and
yeah.
then they're gonna vote for who they targeted. Dom? Did they target Dom this last time or
Yeah,
Brett?
Dom was a name. Yeah, it was Dom.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So I think they're trying to do like a 3-2-1 thing. Obviously it didn't happen.
yeah.
Um,
I
but it
love
was
seeing a 3-2-1 split and a six vote. Like I
yeah.
love it so much. I think it's like if you can organize a 3-2-1, you should win the game at the final six, in my eyes. Um, so I just want to go through the reasons why I think Ash may have got rid of Carlene in this vote, because clearly
Yes.
Ash made the move here to flip, regardless of like Brad bringing Ash in. Ash still had to flick that switch.
Can I just say you probably know a lot because you guys been talking. So
I know a
you're
bit. I
the
know a bit. I know a
the
bit. I know
testing
a bit
flag.
more. I know a bit more about the vote. Yeah, I know a
All
bit
right,
more
okay.
about the vote.
Let's tell them. We have 7 minutes to Colleen comes on. So
Yeah. So essentially, like, here's I think some of the reasons for Ash doing it would be like because obviously Keegan's on the other tribe, and there's like a strong connection with Keegan and Carlene, so it is to hurt Keegan as well. It is also to make sure that there are more options moving forward because it's just not a red majority game, right? It also gains trust with blue as well for Ash. Um, yeah, so I think there's multiple benefits for doing what she did. The downsides, though, there are a bunch of downsides. So her doing that essentially put her on the like chopping, like her name's out there now because she did that, right?
it's
Um,
easy for the
and
blue to
also
split back to be like, no,
correct,
this person
correct.
you can't trust
Oh,
her. Get rid of
you
her.
can't trust her. Look, she just voted out your friend. You know, you shouldn't trust her. They could run to Keegan, and yeah. So you've got that. You've got the fact that Carlene probably had potential more allies. You also had the fact that there's a lot of reasons why she's done it. I think the only bad one is that she's now put her name out there and people know she flipped. And going into a merge with somebody that just flipped, I don't know if it's the right move. Based on that,
Yes. I also want this like she also like, if I do this, like you guys need to take care of me. And
yeah,
I just feel like yeah, that is true, it's valid that what she said. I just feel like I don't know, like I don't kind of feel like then you're handing all your fate to essentially you're saying like my game is on your hand now. Like you need to take me through in the rounds. Like I
I
don't agree with kind of that kind of statement.
I do thank Ash though for like making the game interesting now. Like it was interesting, but like this makes it like so much more interesting. There's so many more dynamics going into the merge instead of just a simple like vote. However, like we could have had a 3-3 split. We could have had rocks. Blah 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 blah. That could have happened,
Yeah.
right? But I really see Brad or Alex just being like, okay, bye Dom, see you later. I don't see them like trying to keep him in, you know. So yeah, we go into the merge with a couple of big power players, a couple of people that are below the radar. Yes. Yeah.
Well,
So
she's well, Ash did say that, so I'm just going off what I've been watching. And she said my games were never in their hands, but if you had vulnerable, then people would stream you out.
I just don't see where Ash goes from here though. Like she lost a lot of like potential alliance members in her red tribe. However, she probably was one of the next boots in her tribe anyway.
I do feel like she might be in the chopping block because you have Keegan, Carlene, and Hotbo is probably a strong alliance.
Yeah.
And then her and Charlene and Isaac sort of loosely, you know.
I mean,
then
Isaac voted
I
for
don't know
her,
where
so
Ben's
let's be real.
sitting. You know,
Yeah.
maybe Ben would do another cross out and write Ash on down. You never know. You know, just
I think
thing.
Ben to me is like so up in the air. I don't know who he's with. I don't know who he's going to work with. Like, you know, he might work with Ash, but after Ash flipping, he might not now. So it's, I mean, Ash and Ben probably team up here to target Keegan.
I don't know where. Yeah, I'm really interested to see how the merch.
Because obviously, Keegan and Hoppo and crew or whoever else is with them guys will be disliking the fact that Carlene was voted out from Ash, and Ben also doesn't like Keegan, obviously due to apparently a chat with Jeremy earlier on. So maybe they do work with Blue and they vote out like Hoppo, Keegan, and all that
but
stuff,
then
and we go
they
from
have to
there.
equal though, because there's four OG Blue, and
6
are they
red.
gonna let them, you know, or like, you know, it's I just want to see the dynamics, and also I want to point out that they do have a break. After this, they all went home, all hostile, and then they're gonna regroup in the next morning. That's why you see Carlene was so fresh. The background is not like rainy. she looks like I just showered. Look at my hair. So I don't know. The dynamics will be a little bit changed from then on. So I heard some of the people went clubbing together. You know.
They went clubbing after playing a whole day. Oh, that's gross.
I heard like they're trying to organize. Like, do you want to go clubbing? But then there's maybe a new form of relationship forming. You know, different kind of relationships.
I wonder if players, like, obviously there would have been like a no talking strategy rule outside. Because let's be real, like, if you're on one of these live seasons and you're strategizing without a camera in front of you, that is really only detriment for you at the end, and detriment for the viewers as well, because we can't actually see what's happening. You know, if everybody turns back up the next morning and there's all of a sudden all these different alliances, there's nothing, we don't know anything about it.
Okay, so the rumor is true. Someone may have gone clubbing. Yes.
Ooh.
Chris, the club scene in Canberra is really good. You should try it.
Yeah, it's full of politicians.
Go to Moosehead. I think it's your vibe.
All right. Well, in a minute, we should have Carlene joining us.
Also, I think last we're going to talk Q, Mary, and Kiss. It'll be interesting. We have a lot of people lobbying.
Yeah, people want to be married this episode, which is weird.
Yeah.
Don't know why. Is Carlene joining us?
I thought you...
I've sent her the link.
Okay.
We will wait.
What else you want to talk about?
Yeah, I just
Oh yeah,
maybe
Colleen's here.
potential. Oh,
Never
Carlin's
mind.
here. Okay, cool.
Let's just ignore that. Oh, she's dropped off.
Oh no, it was fun while it lasted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you
We
guys
haven't.
see
So
the
I haven't.
preview?
No. Oh no, I did see the preview.
What is that? I can't remember. There's too many Survivor these days. They just all blend into one.
I saw the preview. It was pretty much like, "Are you ready for merge?" And then it was like a bunch of people.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah. I can't. I'm trying to. It's dropping me out.
Resend her the link.
I'll resend it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you send one? Can you send a new one to me real quick?
What do you mean new one? It's the same one.
Oh well, then should be the same link then.
Sorry, we're having technical difficulties. Can we do like the music when you're waiting on like online for like for the customer service? Can I just
I can
say
send this same link to her.
I have amazing experience with Vic Roads with customer service, random. I just called into that.
Okay.
Every time I call them, they're just so helpful. Link's not working.
It's not
Okay.
working.
Give me. Why is it? Sure. Oh no, I can't. Setting invite. Okay.
Talk about Josh Peters. No, I have great throwing ability. Okay. If I spin a game of bocce any day.
Sorry, my computer's really okay. Can you forward that? Okay, send it now. Shani, please. You can give a lot of facts. So that's a
Okay.
house. Do you guys know I'm actually from Canberra?
The red dirt is visible from Parliament House, both old and new.
Oh, so the red dirt is visible from Parliament House. Oh yeah, I know that. I think the design that like the old Parliament House looking for the new Parliament, something like that. Oh no, the Parliament House are meant to look for like the war memorial to remember what the war, what what can they bring? Oh yeah, Colleen's here. Fun facts. Okay, just give me one more. The plans are from New Zealand to represent our Anzac partnership. Okay, thank you, Charlene. Thank you for filling us the time. Now we have welcoming the Queen.
Hi.
Queen.
Hello.
Hey. Hi.
Finally got in. Exclusive little
That's okay.
room you've got there. Whoa.
Oh, it's fake. It is fake room.
That's why I couldn't.
I
get
wish
in.
it was real. Yeah. It was fake. Welcome. It's good to see you.
Thank you. Good to see you. Got my guns out too, Josh.
Oh, nice. Good. Just waiting for Vince now.
Oh.
I know it's fun to keep the Kimbiang thing on.
Yeah. How do you want to like explain to us just your experience and how Canberra Survivor went for you as a whole when you went and played and yeah.
It was so fun. Actually, I'll let you know what I've got a list of shit I did wrong, things I learnt from shit I did wrong. So I'll work my way through that. But to start with, it was so much more fun than I expected. And this was, Canberra's little learning curve. This was the first time we'd ever had a crack at doing anything. And it was a million times more fun. And the people were, instantly your tribe. It's, what it's like in this life where you are almost embarrassed to say what a big fan of Survivor you are. And then you bump into all these people that have, the same page. It was just wonderful. So, if you even like Survivor, you'll love that weekend. So yeah, that's my overall thought of the production. Good.
Yeah, that's good. So obviously, there's been sort of a little bit of a connection between you and Keegan in this game. Was it as visible in person as it was what we saw, or did you feel like it was visible from everyone else's point of view? Or
from what I'm hearing, it was quite visible, but there was actually a lot of aspects to it that you didn't see. It was probably a little bit more complex than that. I mean, for example, Canberra Survivor only had a production crew of half a dozen maximum. So there's a lot of conversation, a lot of, movements and eye movements and gestures and that were missed that we need to tell you about, because you can't possibly comment on them without having seen them. For example, and one of the things I stuffed up early on in my game, top of my list, was I showed my cards early, and that was in working with Keegan, teaming up with somebody visibly, but also it was in the charades game that we played. Our little red team was so far behind because we had a couple of gorgeous people on our team who Australia's not their national country. So they see a word like frilled neck lizard. They don't even know what one is, let alone how to charade one. So we got quite behind, but Keegan and I were in sync. The two shots that we had, we got each other very fast. And so it came around that, one of our non-Australian people was, it was a crux. We had to win that. We battled our way back to 3-4. And if they won that one, we'd still be in the game. Keegan and I were going to have that last shot and we'd win. So what I quickly told them to do is don't work your way through the list that they give you 1, 2, 3, 4. Go 4-3, look at their board and flip over those two and have a crack at, only having to get 2 out of 4, which they did, and we won. And, that was the first time, I think, that pair had won one of our charades. So that worked. And then Keegan and I, so we got that final one and we came, from behind to win. Showing my cards was really dumb because a couple of the people that I spoke to about doing that, they're like, so straight away they knew, I might have been able to think on my feet or, got my head around a challenge and, knew potentially how to cheat in front of everybody as well. So that's something I probably wouldn't do early on if I played again. But, Keegs and let me correct you, Josh. Keegan did throw that challenge. He threw it in a big way because immediately we were 3-3 and we, we're collecting our bags and heading off to our own camp. I said, you got to throw the next challenge because otherwise Bimbiang, the red tribe, is not going to have the numbers. They're going to, if they pick one of us off, then, things are going to even up and we want to stay ahead. And I wasn't particularly, I'll also correct you on the red thing. I wasn't particularly wanting to play the game that way, but reading the tribe, I thought that's how they all wanted to play. We did have the kumbaya thing and we did have the, the yoga and the, let's all stick together and that kind of thing. And coming from behind fosters that. It really engendered our look at us. We're not a bunch of dummies. They looked like that they were, I'm a cheater. Janine, they looked like they were strong and we looked like we weren't as strong, so we were pretty happy with ourselves and happy to sort of stick it up them. So reading everyone else's game, correctly or incorrectly, I thought that's how they wanted to play, and pre-merge was probably a dumb time to upset the apple cart. Sorry, Ashley, but I didn't think it was the best time. And
I have to sort of agree with you there. Yeah.
A mistake you can make playing Survivor, I've discovered, my next big mistake, is thinking that everyone thinks the same as you. Because I was thinking you wouldn't go against red right now. You're going to signal to that whole new tribe over there in blue that you're not with them. You're going to signal to the new red people that you'll flip and all the rest of it. So although I didn't, I'm not interested in pagonging either. I just didn't think it was the time to flip. But that's a dumb move on my behalf. Ashley wasn't thinking that way. And, she was my downfall. So long term, I don't think Ashley potentially was making the right decision for that moment. But short term, I definitely wasn't making the right decision either, thinking she would be on the same page as me.
Do you think going into that, if you went into that vote again, do you think you would actually maybe flip? Or I know you sort of said you wouldn't, but yeah.
Look, if I thought it through a little more logically, you've also got to not forget how other people are feeling. So I was feeling that way. If I think about where Ashley was sitting, she was thinking like the only two other red people on the tribe are someone she was wary of and felt that she didn't gel with straight away. That's me. And somebody who already voted for her. So she's feeling a little bit, she's thinking, they're not necessarily, if they want to, they'll throw me under the bus. And so let's go there first. So I made the mistake of not thinking like Ashley, not feeling what Ashley would feel and thinking, if I was in her position, what would I do? I was just thinking about what would I do? So it's, it's that next level. You've got to just take yourself to that next level when you're playing. Don't just think about now, and don't just think about the big picture. You've got to think about it all.
Colleen, can I ask you a question about the original red? So if Lara doesn't quit there, or Lara's gone and you go to the next trouble, who's your target between you and Keegan and Hoppo? Oh. I think Carlene's been frozen out.
It's that good old Canberra internet.
Carlene, you can try to get out and come back again, because I think sometimes it just does that. So I'm gonna remove you. Oh. So just click on the link again and trying to close this. Oh, is she back? Oh yeah, Colleen, you're back. You're back. Oh good. You're back.
Okay.
Yeah. Oops. Yeah, internet's truly terrible here.
I find that weird considering like it's the nation's capital. I thought too bad if ScoMo had like a very important meeting and he just glitched out halfway through. Like bad luck Australia,
Colleen, you can click out. You can click out and then re-enter it. Click the link again to re-enter it. Sometimes it just works better that way. Can I do this? No, I can't. Okay. Oh, okay. Just another one.
All right. Third time lucky.
It's Frozen Queen Colleen. Colleen got all the love. She must be a social threat.
Oh.
Yes, you're back.
You're back?
Yes.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Storms here in Canberra tonight.
Storms. Yeah.
Sorry. Have you got me?
Yes.
Sort of.
Hello?
Sort of. We can hear you.
Oh. We've had some storms tonight. You can hear me? Can you see me?
Yes.
No?
Can see you.
Yeah, we can see you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. Sorry, where were we?
Oh, I was just wondering the question: if you guys go to original Ray, go to another tribal after Laura, who's your who are you between you and Keegan and Hopper going to target?
I'm super sorry.
It's okay.
It came out as like audio over audio, and it's just a big echo. Can you say the
Oh.
Can you say the question again?
Okay, so if original red going to tribal after Laura, who would you and Keegan voted for?
Probably Ashley. Basically because Isaac threw her name out, and it's just another name that would have been. Don't know Ashley, that she. I looked at game not knowing in before. So Ashley might have an easy vote. But, even though the game is fast paced, lots happens in a couple of minutes. Sometimes it's just the last conversation you have before you go. I understand. Not that I'm very experienced at tribal council, because as you pointed out, we really hadn't tested ourselves. But I knew that Ashley, quite innocent, cute, and semi-clueless. I knew she was. So also just put up a couple of little red flags in my book. So yeah, probably Ashley. Another thing that I learnt playing the game is that you should trust your gut, because you asked me that question and that answer, listen to my gut and to address. But also, I made so many mistakes. Another mistake was when Keegan do the challenge. I told the orchestra challenge that keep us they would appreciate Keegan's efforts, that Ashley would then see maybe it is to stick with the red, they're protecting me this far, and just see where we go after merge. But had I not done that, but I don't know what's using and go. Can you remember?
Yeah, sorry, Carleen. You're cutting it out again, unfortunately.
It's
not your fault.
At that situation and gone, just get rid of her.
Yeah.
Oh, you're having technical difficulties again.
I'm sorry. I think what we'll do is
Can you hear me now?
when we have like another episode or something like that,
Next
we
week.
might get you. We might see if we can get you on, like, just at the start, so we can finish off the exit interview, maybe, if that's okay with you.
Sorry,
just
Carleen.
when we have better. Sorry, Carleen. I don't know if you heard that.
Maybe you should message.
Yeah. Did you hear us, Carleen? I don't think so.
Have you sent it?
I've sent the message, yeah.
Okay. Colleen, we do it early, maybe 8:30 tomorrow, next week.
Yeah.
Wednesday. So the merge boot, if you're watching, it's 9 o'clock for you next week. Probably 9:15 next week. So please contact me or Josh. We will send you the link for the interview.
Yeah. Yeah. You can take her out now, Vince. Yeah, cool.
All right, sorry,
Yeah,
Colleen.
so
Hopefully we have a better, more, because I really want to get down to detail with your list because I was so intrigued. That's all I want to, and it's really nice that the people come prepared. Be like, oh,
yeah. No, to be honest, this one of the only player that's come like prepared with like reasons why they didn't make it further and stuff like that. And
Mhm.
to be honest, I think all them reasons probably were correct. Showing your hand way too early, getting yourself into a very like out there alliance isn't a good play. And usually when you're with like a challenge threat or something like that, they usually take out the second head man, woman, and that's where Colleen fell, I guess, in that spot.
To be honest, I don't think she did. I think the challenge is fun because like you have to, you have to win the first. I feel like you have to win the first one, regardless,
Yeah.
just to cement like the safety for the first boot. I don't think people would like because you can notice like not many people actually know like that she did a shortcut. So I don't think that
Yeah.
was detrimental to a game. It's just that the relationship with Keegan maybe is a little bit more pronounced and more in your face. Then that's probably
I guess.
a big thing.
Yeah, we've also got to see her as like obviously an individual player as well, and like obviously partnering her up to Keegan was part of her story, but also like what other relationships did she make and stuff like that. It's something we didn't get to see.
Yeah.
So I really want to talk to her about like other relationships next time and things we didn't get to see of her game that
Yes.
which would have been fun to see. With that said, are we ready to marry and kill some people?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So last week we didn't do any marry.
Yeah,
So
nobody deserved it.
Yeah, so this week I'm not doing any kill because everyone doing great. I feel like everyone was taking the opportunities they were given. Obviously you disagree.
Okay.
I feel like but I feel like no one deserved the queue. I think everyone did great in this one. Like obviously the winning tribe, I can't say much. The losing tribe, I feel like everyone approached it quite logically in the way that I can see both logic. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So my kill. He's gonna hate me. Keegan.
Why?
Because he split the vote on Ben, and now people know that Keegan obviously played Rose and Jeremy against each other, and obviously threw out Ben's name. It's even put a bigger target on his back.
But you wouldn't notice until you saw that comment though, because it wasn't showing.
Oh, yeah, not at all. But I'm using the comments. Yeah, like he has a big target on his back already. He may as well make it bigger. But like, keep making it bigger, mate. You're just gonna lose.
But to be honest, Ben strike first, so like I feel like that's sort of more presertion more than anything.
Yeah, but
like,
Ben strike didn't work. Ben strike didn't work, right? So like, he gets like a near miss kill. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I can't. You want to kill Ash?
Yeah, no, I'm joking.
No, I don't agree with like meddling with the vote after you've thrown the challenge. Like, just get the person out that you're trying to get out. That's it. Don't try and put somebody else's name on the bus. Like, why did he have to go and put Ben's name out? That just makes Ben more annoyed with Keegan, when they could have had like a very stable sort of like relationship, and now it's just like in tatters. He's also now lost Carleen as well. Who's he got? Hoppo?
It's just we don't know the relationship. I only know Keegan and Carleen. And then,
yeah, but Hoppo was definitely working with Keegan, you could tell. But then Keegan's also sus on Hoppo as well. So like, yeah, he's not in a good spot.
But this is more like the last kill, though. It wouldn't be this kill, but but we gave the kill last time to Ben anyway, so it works out fine. Yeah,
I'm killing Keegan this episode. Sorry, mate.
Yeah,
I love you, but I don't agree with what happened.
No, don't butter it. Don't just go for the kill.
Yeah. Okay. You're not killing anyone?
No.
I actually do want to kill the microphones when they were talking in the rain. It was very hard to hear. That's what I want to kill as well.
You know what? Yeah, Keegan say like, yeah, put Ben as an option so that any other red flipped, he'll be safe. But I don't know.
But without telling Ben. Ben wasn't expecting votes.
That is true.
Ben wasn't expecting votes, right? I know that like you're trying to look after yourself, but he wasn't expecting votes. So now after Jeremy came back and Jeremy's told Ben and everybody that's what's happened, that's just like, it's not good.
No, but then it's like Keegan can easily squash. Is like, hey, you threw my name out last time, and I can throw your name, and I call it even.
Yeah, no, but
I don't know if he did.
But he's lost faith in Jeremy because Jeremy, he didn't vote with Jeremy. Then he's definitely lost faith in Vince is more of a margarine guy. He's lost faith in Jeremy. He's lost faith in Ben. No, margarine instead of butter.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, there's arguments, Keegan, but like from my point of view, I don't think it was a good move. Just let them vote whoever they wanted and just stay with your 4.
Yeah, but Keegan, if you voted for Ben, he wouldn't. He's gone.
Yeah, you showed your loyalty to 2 others, and he would have had a majority. Anyway, moving on. That's my kill.
Yes. Mary. Oh wait, Kiss is easy. Ash. I think she did the right move this time because I think Colleen is more connected from what we've seen, most connected in the red tribe. So cutting her off, so potentially maybe free those red to work with her. Maybe not, but depends how she move on, how she approach. She can still work this out, but Kiss Ash, even though she want to kill me and replace with Colleen, but I'm a nice person.
I will. See, I actually want to kiss Alex for like understanding what was going to happen. But I won't. I'm going to kiss Brad simply due to the fact that they sparked up the conversation with Ash to eventually get that to happen. To get that move to happen. Which essentially leads me into my marry. You have to marry Ash this episode. Can't believe I'm saying it. It hurts.
Well, to the audience, Ash has been lobbying Josh to say he needs to marry her.
No, but it does make sense. So, it does make sense. Yeah, I got the bouquet. Just saying. Yeah, I think you have to marry Ash this episode. I don't think she did anything wrong. I do think that she may have like jeopardized her future. But yeah.
But
I think that's the only thing that was.
But isn't Mary someone you think is gonna last long in the game? So if you saying she have like obstacles,
no, this will get her further in the game.
Okay.
Like I think doing this move will get her further in the game because there's no longer the Keegan, Hoppo, Carleen trio that I'm assuming is a thing, just based off what we're seeing. Yeah.
My Mary is Charlene because I wouldn't see any time Charlene's going. She's well secure. She's well isolated. Like by if Keegan wants to target the red, people will be Ash, and then if the blue wants to target people, they would target Keegan, and she will be fine. She's sit in the middle. She can maybe play both tribe lines if she wants to. So she has a lot of potential going forward, and if she play it right, and she will be in the final 3 as I predicted. So hopefully, Colleen, my final 3. Colleen's gone. So we have Charlene and Brett left. So hopefully, both of them will do well.
Yeah, I can actually see Charlene making it now because like that's a play I actually didn't think much of at the start. Sorry. No, but actually makes sense.
Marry whatever people tell you to.
Charlotte is so under the radar that like she's in a really good spot. I mean, she's always had a majority position, so it's lucky to be in that sort of spot. But yeah, I feel like her. Yeah, I agree with that. Another player that's setting up their game quite well is Brad, obviously. But I also think Alex as well. Like from being on the outs of the blue to now being like not one of like the idea, like her name's not coming out for ages. You know? So yeah. I can't see Alex getting votes for quite a while either.
Watching you, Joshua.
Hi, Charlene.
Charlene, I said I want to marry you. What the hell?
No, because I said I didn't remember her at the start.
Oh, okay.
I
Now
threw
you
some shade
remember.
at Charlene.
Probably, yes, probably why. Probably why
Yeah.
you overlooked her. Because I was thinking, like,
I did overlook her. I did overlook her. I watched her video and I just left her.
No.
I left her
mean, like,
note blank.
this episode, you overlooked her potential.
I know. I overlooked her as well. I overlooked her as well for sure. This episode, 100%. It actually makes sense what you say now.
Yeah, because you'd be too busy.
Where do we think? Where do we think Hoppo sits?
I don't know. We haven't seen much. I don't know where he sits.
Yeah.
And
I don't feel like he's gonna make it. Like he might make it far, but like he might be like that person that's just there.
Is there any?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think for I don't know, for Charlene, I can see her setting a game up because she has connection with Ash and Isaac, and then she has connection with Keegan. But with Hoppo, it's a bit hard because we've seen it. He works with Keegan and Ben, but with like Ash, maybe there's a little bit of drama there. So I wasn't too sure. And then also with Ash, with Charlene, like associated with Ash, and Ash has that 3 blue with her as well. So Charlene can easily go with that. But then Hoppo only have 1 blue. So, unless they linked up.
I think at the end of the day, though, it also depends on like there are a lot of game players in this merge, so this merge is going to respect people that play a big game at the end, at the final 3.
Actually, do you want to predict who's the merge brew? That'd be fun. Let's see how terrible wrong we are.
Dom.
Why?
Because he's the number 2 of Brad.
So you think the red will come together and will vote out the blue?
Yep.
Yeah,
my vote's Dom.
Yeah, I think Ash can easily sell that.
Well, there's 6 red, right? There's 6 red. The 6 red that they would be absolutely stupid to not vote out a blue right now.
Yes, but I don't know. I want to see what their perception of the OG blue. Who's the king? Who's the kingpin? Because the red people looking at Keegan. Is people looking at Jeremy, Brad, or Dom?
People are looking, I think, at Jeremy, obviously, because he's the last one in that other tribe, and obviously the conversation we just saw of Jeremy throwing Keegan under the bus, sort of at the camp with Ben and stuff like that. So Jeremy's definitely the name that would be out there. However, I don't think they target that person purely because of that reason. I feel like knowing half the players in red, they are game players, so I can see them targeting Dom purely for them reasons.
Yes, Keegan, I unfortunately do think red will stay red. I can't see you guys breaking apart. I don't know why. Just give me the vibe.
I mean, I hope you break apart. I hope this merge is absolutely messy.
You guys
I hope that we
fresh night, sleep in the hostel, good bed, come back and play as hard as you can.
Yeah, I want to see mess. I want to see chaos. I want to see
blood. I want to see sweat.
I want to see less rain. I don't want any more rain. But yeah, I want to see like ridiculousness.
Ash has betrayed us, but you guys gonna vote her out anyway, so she technically didn't betray anyone, I guess. At
the end of the day, I feel like she's looking after herself.
Yeah, I think it's more.
Which
it's more.
Which I guess is Survivor.
I think Jeremy will go out. I do feel like the vote would stay together as well. So I think if you say
So you
no,
think Jeremy vote? Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
You
I think
accepting.
We'll see who's right. We'll see if anybody's anywhere close. I don't
Yeah.
see a red person going out this tribal. However, if it is a red person, it could be Ash because of just what happened.
Yeah.
But I doubt it.
Yeah. Okay. So next episode will be out on Friday.
Yep.
On 8:30. Oh no, 8 o'clock on YouTube. Me and you, we're gonna meet up. Finally the first time we're gonna meet up and watch.
Yeah, we'll be able to watch. I know, it's exciting.
I wish we could do it live, but because we were drinking, so probably not. Don't want to be
no.
Don't want you guys to see us being, So, and I wanted to say, also, if you go on Survivor Canberra, that's a linked. You can buy the season 2 buff. I've seen it. It's really lovely. They have orange, they have purple and green, I believe.
Yep.
It's $25. It's another way to show your support to the show, so that they have the funding and money, because it is cost a lot of money and time, and we, being me and you and Liz, we don't get anything back. We spend a lot of the time into it and money as well. So it'd be great if you do support Fanmade Survivor in Australia. Please feel free to buy a few more buffs, and you can donate if you want to. Just message the page and say, "Can I donate or something?" We're happy for any sort of donation.
Give them your money.
Yes.
You don't need it. You don't need to buy fuel at $18 a litre.
And if you know
Just
Dan
buffs.
If you know Dan personally, I would recommend. I mean, maybe if you want to donate straight to the cost, maybe message the page and asking if you can buy it, like, just wire the money straight, because I think Indiegogo do take a portion of the money of it. But I'm just giving other options. But maybe Dan, don't kill me because you bombard with messages. But there's only 6 people watching this, so it's all good. And they probably all got
only
buffs.
6. Yeah, probably. All right. With that, we will go. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Sorry about Carlene's internet. Blame ScoMo for that. Yeah.
We see you guys next week. 8:30. We'll probably maybe go a little bit earlier because of Carlene, but
Carlene,
All right.
Yeah.
See you
Okay.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.